What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me today on this very different type of video, but I felt like this is the perfect location for me to make this review of Dehancer. Now, Dehancer reached out to me about 2 weeks ago and they said, hey, would you like to try out our software? And I said, of course I would, because I've already heard great things about Dehancer. So I told them, yes, absolutely, sign me up, let's try it. Now, they did give me the software to try out, but they do not have any say of what I say in this video. This is, all my opinion. So I think instead of making this like a technical video, I figured let me show you just a bunch of before and afters. There are a lot of people that have made some amazing reviews of Dehancer, just like really in-depth reviews with all the features and everything, but this is not really what I want to do. I want to talk more so about the feeling of what can be really achieved with Dehancer. So for me personally, I've always been trying to chase this particular look, just like a nostalgic look, something that kind of brings you back to the past, something that kind of connects you to the footage. I feel like there's a few different ways to make people connect with footage in different ways, and I think color grading is one of the easiest ways. So Dehancer makes it very simple, because with Dehancer you just basically choose the camera profile, and then from there are a bunch of parameters that you can play around with. There are different film simulations that you can mess with. One of them, my personal favorite, is Kodak Gold 200. It just goes well with everything. From there you can adjust your exposure, but the way the exposure adjusts is very different from how DaVinci Resolve exposure adjusts. You can adjust the film grain level, you can make it less grainy, more grainy, you can adjust the type of grain that you want, you can adjust halation. There are just really endless amounts of adjustments that you can make, and I'm not going to get into all of them because there's just so many of them. So for me personally, I use DaVinci Resolve, so the installation process was very, very simple, and then from there, using it in my node tree has been just like seamless, very, very simple. Now, of course, as you guys know, I use my XH2S, which, they have a color profile for that. It just basically takes your F-Log2 footage and then converts it into like Rec 709, and then from there you select whatever film simulation you want. So yesterday I actually took out my XH2S because we just had an amazing, beautiful sunset. Let me see what I can do with this footage with Dehancer. So to be honest with you, I'm really blown away with how simple the software works. I didn't, watch any tutorials. I just started using it. But for me to achieve this look like this one you see here of the sunset and of the beach is just honestly, it's amazing for me personally. I think for me in the future, I'm just going to be using it for most of my color grading, my personal color grading, because it is a specific look that I like for my travel videos, just for videos that I want to cherish, I want to, kind of relive as I watch them back. Now, there are, of course, many ways to go about color grading, but for me personally, just my travel videos, I think I want them to have this connection with, me personally, or my wife, or just my family when they watch it back, to have this film grain, to have this particular type of coloring, I think is very important, and I think it really helps tell the story in just a different dimension. Now, a lot of people, will chase, these very sharp, clinical looks. For me personally, I just don't like that type of look. I mean, of course, there's commercials. It's perfect for that. But for a lot of other things, especially, you know, your personal things, that type of look, it might not necessarily translate well in, you know, kind of engaging the viewer or connecting with the viewer. But that's just my personal experience and my personal opinion. Now that's it for me today, guys. If you have any questions on Dehancer, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Oh, and if you would like to buy Dehancer, you can use my promo code. It's just AVRV, and you get 10% off. And you also support this little channel. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me today in beautiful Brazil. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one.